Now to stories we are following at this time. The appointment of the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Nentawe Yilwatda, as the new APC national chairman has led to residents and supporters of the party across major streets in Plateau State, particularly Jos, where many residents were seen dancing, rejoicing in large motor rides and applauding President Bola Tinubu for finding him worthy to be appointed. The APC State Publicity Secretary and some supporters speak on the importance of his emergence as the national chairman while promising votes for President Tinubu's second-term re-election.
To us, it's indeed a great honor and recognition to not only Professor Nentawe as a person, but to people of Plateau State. We feel honored, we feel recognized, and therefore we are very, very grateful to Mr. President for giving us the opportunity to showcase the kind of people, the stuff we are made of.
He has a clean record and he's somebody that can deliver. We know him, we know his asset, we know he can do it. He's somebody that has been doing it. In every opportunity he gets, he shows himself. He has proven his capacity to us, so we're not surprised. We're not surprised and we're happy he is the acting chairman. We know he will take APC to the next level.
I feel very excited for that appointment, that he well deserves it, because he is a man that is capable to what he just have been given now. So I'm very, very happy for that. And I'm very excited, and I know he can do and he can deliver it successfully.
Well, for a comprehensive analysis on the choice of Professor Yilwatda, I am now joined by Rice Director of News and Politics Editor Sambo. Samna, thank you so much for being in the studio tonight.
Thank you so much, Aliso.
Did you see this coming? There was clamor from the region, the North Central or Middle Belt. Did you see him emerging, Humanitarian Affairs Minister, former INEC rec, an engineer?
Well, his chances were initially slim compared to the likes of Umar Tanko Makura, and then, of course, the SGF, George Akume, and other political heavyweights, including Joshua Darie from his home state of Plateau, too, who had indicated interest. A lot of people did not really give him the opportunity, but this just looks like the best decision that the president would want to take in such a circumstance. And why is that so? Because if you remember when the former governor of Kano State and the immediate past APC national chairman, Abdullahi Ganduje, had been brought in August 2023, alongside Senator Ajibola Basiru, who is also still there right now. Both of them were Muslims. And there was an uproar within the party that APC managed to scale through the 2023 general elections with the issue of Muslim ticket. Now you had the president being a Muslim, the vice president being a Muslim, and then the national chairman being a Muslim. Now, okay, let's even leave that of the party hierarchy. It was by slim majority that Godswill Akpabio managed to escape, losing to Senator Abdulaziz Yari.
Another Muslim.
Yeah, another Muslim. So it could have been a Muslim in the Senate as Senate President, and of course the Speaker, Tajuddin Abbas, is a Muslim. So a lot of people within the party were already angry. And so in August 2023, when they were brought in, a lot of people were still angry that, look, we thought that the President would have learned from that, and then we're bringing in APC National Chairman as a Muslim, National Secretary, another Muslim. So since then, there was this plan to recalibrate the party. And of course, Ganduje was given some opportunity in terms of loyalty and all of that, because some party insider said he would have gone since. And so this decision, it's a very good decision because he ticks the box in several areas.
Yeah.
He's a Christian, so he balances that angle ahead of 2027 general election. He's from the North Central, which had been agitating that this seat should go back to the North Central after Abdullahi Adamu had been moved away, and the seat went to the Northwest, surprisingly, to Ganduje again, instead of being retained there. And then, of course, if you look at in terms of the votes that came in during the 2023 general election, particularly for the APC, you will see that the North Central actually did well. So in terms of that, the president had to look at it. And then the youthful population, he's young, and the most important thing that President Tinubu did in this instance is to bring someone who doesn't have a corruption baggage. Remember that when Abdullahi Ganduje was appointed in 2023, the PDP issued a statement and they laughed at APC, saying that Abdullahi Umar Ganduje had an ethical issue.
Because he was accused
he was accused of several things that you know what had been done and said in the media. So he comes very clean, and some people may begin to wonder if President Tinubu is actually trying to reset things the way people had viewed him very well. This is a good appointment in terms of the geopolitics of it, but in terms of experience, that's where he actually comes short. And that's why Nentawe Yilwatda will be relying on the experience of his political godfather, Simon Bakola Long, former speaker, someone who was speaker under PDP, who came into APC 2040 and then eventually won and became governor under APC 2 terms. And within this instance, he was the Director General of the APC Presidential Campaign Council in 2023. So within this instance, he will tap from the skills of the former DG. Coincidentally, this new APC national chairman was the coordinator of the Tinubu-Shetima campaign in Plateau State. So this will give him an edge to be able to tap from the wisdom of his godfather, who had really given him some kudos when you interviewed him. And so we just hope that the governing party will now face the real issues that Nigerians are talking about. But the downside for democracy, internal democracy, is the beautiful question you had asked.
And that was going to be my next question to you, but
people
go ahead.
in the party are not being given an opportunity to be voted as chairman of the parties. Instead, they are being opposed. And so where's internal democracy in the All Progressives Congress? Under President Tinubu, we haven't seen an election happening at the party level. So if they are going into convention, would he be stepping down, or would there be an endorsement of what has happened? But I'm thinking from what has been happening and what we've heard, he's actually going to lead the party into the 2027 general election.
Great. You know, you talked about, you know, the pros and cons for him, what he brings to the table and the downside. There are those who are raising questions about his time as a REC member or as a REC resident electoral commissioner with the electoral body. Is that something the APC should be worried about when it comes to backlash? Yes,
I mean, I expect some non-governmental organizations and CSOs to actually probe into the tenure of this new APC national chairman. What did he do? What were his areas of concentration? We've heard his political godfather, Simon Lalong, saying he helped to also introduce some ICT innovations while he was a REC chairman. But President Tinubu was very skillful in getting someone who understands how INEC works, especially at the state level where the votes come from, to become the next APC national chairman. That is a skillful political mastery in terms of how to get the votes and all of that.
The party also has congresses coming up.
Yes, congresses and all of that. So he will be able to manage how all those things are set up, the internal processes and all of that. But as someone who has been in INEC before, Nigerians should actually open their eyes and look at this person and say, look, can he use the skills that he learned from INEC in another way for the governing party, in such a way that the governing party may have an advantage over other political parties? Well, these are some of the issues that we should look at. So the opposition, political parties, CSOs and all of that should watch the APC very carefully and watch how the government in power relates with its political chairman and other structures within the APC. But in terms of politics and the mastery of it, President Tinubu got a very good person. Someone who understands the internal workings of how the Electoral Commission works. But I think that the National Assembly should not allow this to happen. If you've worked in in INEC, whether as a National Electoral Commissioner or Resident Electoral Commissioner, my thinking is that you should spend like 10 years before you are allowed to come into the political cycle to either contest elections or take up political party positions.
Because you know the inner workings.
Yeah, you know the inner workings. It's not healthy for our democracy. But if you have that buffer, it could actually help. And then, talking of his experience, he's not so much experienced like other past APC national chairman. Majority of them have been governors, right from Bababisi Akonde, who was acting national chairman, and then, of course, you came into Oyegun, another former governor, and then, of course, Adams Oshomole, and then you came in. All these people had experience. And there's a reason why former governors were being appointed. It's because they understand how people are being mobilized, how things work. And then the president himself, President Tinubu, is a former governor. Kashim Shettima is a former governor. Godswill Akpabio, former governor, and all of that. So we are being run in a republic of former governors who are on top. And then apart from that, we're also being run by a republic of former parliamentarians. The president is a former senator. The vice president is a former senator. The first lady is a former senator. And then the Senate president is a lawmaker. So the National Assembly and the governors are in charge of Nigeria's democracy at this point in time. Only history will judge them if they indeed manage this period or not.
Very well said, and a fantastic place to live. It's always insightful to have you. Thank you so much. Somna Sambo is our Director of News and Political Editor here at Arise.